So I'm here with Gerrit from VoIP Magic at Supercomm 2009, and Gerrit, if you had a magic wand and you could do one thing with your network, or if your network could do one thing for you, what would it be?
Probably go open source 100%.
Really?
Yeah.
Talk about that a little bit more.
I mean, this is not exactly a show for open source kind of stuff, but this is pretty much open source software.
Sure.
So we need to know how it interacts with proprietary hardware. Because at the end of the day, where I come from Africa, a lot of the stuff is just not accessible.
Sure.
So we need to create our own open source systems that will interface with all these systems. I mean, ideally, it's communication, and global communication needs to interact with and make it standard. That's all about standardization.
Sure. So, do you think that the internet has become globally accessible yet? Do you
Absolutely not. We've experienced, internet out here, which is very different from where we are. We don't have bad internet, but if you go a little bit north of South Africa into Africa, terrestrial data is still pretty much the standard, and running voice specifically over there, it's not really good.
So do most people have wireline connections or wireless connections for voice?
Wireless is slowly but surely picking up, but it is extremely unreliable. And then due to the fact that most of the wireless connections is not regulated, it's an absolute mess.
Sure.
Yeah.
Wow. So what do you think would help that situation?
I think all these people that's here today should come together and discuss certain standards, because it almost seems like everybody's going into a different direction from time to time, and this is why the open source community in particular would like to see more hardware suppliers standardized, so we can link up to everything.
Well, that's very interesting. Okay, I know you've only been at the show for a couple of hours probably, but what have you seen so far, and what do you think is
I think there's something for everybody. If you're in telecoms or in any form of communications, this is definitely the show to come to. I think as you walk in, it all seems big stuff, but there's a lot of stuff that also caters for the small guy, the small to medium enterprise, and even the small countries that's not on the map yet.
Great. Well, thank you very much for your time,
You're
Gerrit.
welcome.